Hey, Justin!
Yes, Logan.
What on earth is that in your hands there?
Why, I'm using the Fennec brand controller. Great for all my PC gaming needs.
Oh, wow, where can they buy that?
Why, you can get this on Amazon. It's on sale right now. In fact, there are great Black Friday deals going out for all Fennec products.
Oh my god, look at these prices.
What a selection. Mice, too? I would have never guessed.
The 3360 sensor is super swell.
Wow, jeepers. I can't wait to use that at my home PC.
And at this price, you should buy 70.
They're practically giving it away.
Good morning.
How's our audio now?
Yeah, do you like this audio?
Yeah.
You better.
It's great audio. Way better than Mom's audio.
Yeah, this is the blackest Friday you're ever going to see.
So black. Urgh.
Let's, yes.
Yeah, if we can
Yes.
up the audio a little bit. Yes. Guys.
Our audio is all the way up to 100.
Yeah, how about now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How much in the red do you want us to be?
Yeah.
With audio, that is.
We're trying to get into the black.
Look at these guys. The security guards are like, nope.
Yeah, they're seriously just
Not
like,
even
no,
messing with it."
I do not get paid enough.
People are
Let
climbing
this
over.
human stampede go through.
Cops
Jesus
are-
God. No.
There's a cop right there,
No.
too, and he's like, well, he was white, so I guess it's all right.
Yeah. No, if they come back out of the store, maybe.
And give him
Yeah.
a Dutch rub. Yeah.
I don't know.
So, let us know what you guys are buying on Black Friday. Have you seen our Black Friday sensible deal video? Thanks for whoever sponsored. Who's sponsored?
Dot Tech.
Dot Tech. Thank
Yeah,
you, Dot
thanks
Tech,
for
sponsoring it.
Sponsoring that, Dot Tech. You guys
95% off on Dot Tech domains. That's pretty freaking good. So, we're just going to sit here and shill for every fucking company.
Yeah. You guys, Black Friday is by far the most metal of all holidays. I was talking about this with Logan when he came in. People fucking die today from being trampled by other fucking people. Tell me one holiday that's more metal than that.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's Saturday. The UK is officially disqualified.
Then enjoy Small Business Saturday, Tasty.
Yeah. Whichever it's UK, it's always small business,
It's
right?
the most metal Small Business Saturday of all time.
This is the most brutal thing that happens yearly in America, where insane people can go out and stomp on each other so they can get the latest talking stuffed animal thing.
Yeah, exactly. Like, this is... Oh, my God. Again, the most metal fucking thing ever.
The enchantment on these bracers, well, mine is a +2 to charisma, which puts me at about a 27.
Mine are bracers of archery, so they don't really help me out much right now.
You grab whatever's available. You're like, grab the archery bracers. We got to go on.
Ah, shit! This looks like metal, right? People like,
This one's a +3 for moshing. So, you guys want to see some moshing?
And I have a tattoo all up and down this arm, so I look metal as fuck already on that arm.
But you can't tell anybody it's Arrested Development because I don't know. Is that qualified as metal? Arrested Development. Star Wars is like in the middle.
Yeah, Arrested Development is metal as hell.
Is it?
Yeah, sure.
What's the mom's name?
Lucille.
She's pretty fucking metal.
Yeah, Lucille Bluth is metal as hell.
Lucille Bluth and the Lucille Bluth
Hurt
7.
hurt people. Lucille Bluth. Yeah. So, anyways, back on.
Hurt people.
Yeah. Someone told her, like, was trying to give her advice and was like, just remember, hurt people, as in, like, people who are hurt will hurt other people. And she took it as, like, yeah, hurt people hurt people.
Oh, I like that.
I like it. So, yeah.
All kinds of people. Yes. God, I wish I was that bracer. That wins the comment of the evening. I'll give you my phone number. And later on, you can be this bracer.
Yeah.
What does that mean? Oh, God.
It's bracing.
Oh, God. Brace yourself for impact.
Yeah.
Get a run and go. Girls hate when I say that.
Yeah.
But I'm in the other room and I'm like, all right, I'll get a run and go. They're like, oh, God. That's usually the where
run
the
and go?
Yeah, get a run and go before whatever you're about to do.
Yo, that sounds really good. Mike Hickey.
What?
Mike Hickey. Blue cheese with a side of buffalo chicken pizza. That sounds pretty damn good.
That's very American.
Yeah, sounds super American.
Guys,
I want to eat that and sit out in front of a Walmart parking lot while drinking a fucking, like, 64-ounce Slurpee and just watch as America happens in front of me.
Hold on, I got more stuff to shill. Could you guys go over to Keep It Metal? I was doing it as a hobby, but it's becoming fun because I really enjoy metal. But anyway, you guys can read our little review on the latest Behemoth show. And if you don't, I'll kill you.
Yeah, straight up.
Sale here too, 20% off on everything. I actually getting a little tired of shilling, but if you guys don't do this, then you're stupid.
Yeah.
Just
That's
if you don't,
Oh,
if you don't buy
fuck,
this
man.
this shit, you're stupid. Mm-hmm.
Should we talk about news for reals? I mean, I can just do this for the next half hour if you want.
Well, see, these are broken in. See, listen.
Yeah.
These are broken in. These have been in many a mosh pit.
Yeah, these are still fresher.
Controller free shipping. There you go.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about what is this?
What? I didn't put that up there.
Oh, YouTube's auto playing
Oh.
videos now.
Fagging YouTube.
Look how creepy this is.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put on the audio just a little bit, shall we? Mm-hmm. So this is Jimmy Fallon. Yeah, he's singing a duet with Sophia the Robot. So let me see if I can skip to the duet. She's actually pretty funny and witty and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Where do they sing the damn duet? Here it is.
Show teen, I am a southpaw, actually. Thank you, though.
All right, here, sing the damn duet. Are they singing? I can't tell.
It sure looks like it.
Yeah, it does. I can't hear.
They're
But
singing that Christina Aguilera song.
can you guys hear it? Is the desktop audio on? There. Can you guys hear it now?
Yes, that robot does have more human rights than women in some countries. This robot has already been approved for a credit card, is an official citizen of the United States, and is something else has happened. It's like the first robot to ever gain citizenship, and a bunch of other stuff. No audio coming through to them.
Oh, it should be, but
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah, well, wait till this thing goes to North Carolina. You're going to have all the bro douches lined up freaking out about what bathroom this thing's going to be using. Mm-hmm. They don't even realize it doesn't pee.
Not till the next firmware update.
Oh, God. Anybody got any firmware jokes about robot sex?
Yeah.
I could use a couple about right now.
I mean,
Jesus.
it did like this really impressive thing where it was just like, oh, I've learned how to sing karaoke now. And Jimmy Fallon was like, I'm Jimmy Fallon. And then it was like, hey, do you want to sing this song? And it was like, yeah, I just downloaded that and I know all the lyrics now. And it was just like, ah!
Oh, God, this is endearing. Yes.
Like, that's super cool, but it's scary.
Cell processing is totally right. This is the waifu beta.
Yep.
Maybe it's an alpha. I don't know. But why can't they put they've got the brain here. It's cool to see that. I guess it's, if you put a wig on it, it becomes too Uncanny Valley. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's like that really creepy. Jimmy Fallon, stop it.
He looks like he's going to kiss it.
It?
Her? Them?
Does it
they,
have...
He, she, it?
We're going to have a whole nother breed of gender politics just for this thing.
Yeah.
And what if we make them smart enough not to rise above it? Like, what if we program them right before they hit, like, the singularity where they become as smarter than us? What if we program them so that they're just a little bit less intelligent, so therefore they get into a bunch of stupid debates all the time and they can't elevate themselves out of it?
Yeah.
And then they end up protesting for their own gender rights and stuff for robot genders. I can't wait for that. I want to see it on Fox News every day. That's all that really
Our
matters.
self-driving cars will just have one of those robots in there, and you can just do all kinds of stuff.
Robosexuals.
Yeah.
I believe there already are robosexuals. Right? I mean, aren't the guys who have, like, buy, like, the sex bots and stuff? Wouldn't that be a robosexual?
I guess that makes them robosexuals. I don't know. Maybe it makes them plastifyles.
Plastophiles?
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, everything that we've done so far today has been extremely disturbing, and I would have tuned out. So stay tuned for what's coming, because you never know what you're going to be appalled about until it happens, and you're appalled.
Yeah.
So SpaceX has renamed their BFR, the Big Falcon rocket,
Big Falcon rocket.
just to Starship.
Well, no. So there's still the big Falcon rocket is the actual part that
Right.
is going to break the atmosphere and stuff.
Well, they've changed the name of that. Just
The Starship
Right.
is the actual part that's going to be containing the travelers on it.
right. Well, they've changed the name of the rocket to Super
Elon
Heavy.
Musk wants you to know that it's two separate pieces.
Right, but it's now Super Heavy, not the Big Falcon rocket anymore. Just Super Heavy.
Yeah.
That's the name of it.
Yeah, that makes it sound way cooler. Project Super Heavy.
Super Heavy. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like my buddy in high school is Super Heavy over there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Be careful. He'll come over and Super Heavy's gonna fucking rearrange your eyes with one of these.
Jeez.
Yeah. Don't mess with Super Heavy.
Super Heavy sounds like kind of a dick.
Well, I mean, only if you need it. He was a nice
right.
guy.
Oh, okay.
But it was like it was by request only. You know, like, hey, this guy slapped my sister, and I'm 4 feet tall. Can
Someone call Super Heavy.
Super Heavy like which guy? Like rearrange his eyes, throw him in the fountain. You know, like in front of the school. Everybody's like, ah, Steve got thrown in the fountain. And then he's like, man, I want to call my big brother on you. That's the whole scenario.
Would Super Heavy, after he did something like that, would he go Super Heavy? Walk away?
Every time, yeah.
Nice.
And
Nice.
then he went to work for Elon Musk and helped name this rocket. That's what happened. So it's actually named after the guy from high school,
Cool.
from your high school.
Everyone who went to high school with a Super Heavy, I guess.
The big fucking rocket is what it should have been called.
Yeah.
The BFR, yes. So anyway, the Starship, the whole idea here is that everything's going to be reusable. Mm-hmm. And the Starship may be able to take 100 people or 100 tons of equipment over to Mars. And this week we've had, I guess, some interesting conversations on the internet because Bill Nye came out and said this is nonsense. We think we're going to be able to colonize Mars. We can't even take care of our own planet. How are we going to take care of a planet that isn't even like made for us to live on if we can't even take care of the one? So it's a funny point.
Yeah.
But I think if we go there, we're going to build a dome, and it's going to be a whole scientific thing, and there's going to be all these, the companies that are going to be working on this, they know that there are huge obstacles, and there's many different precautions that have to be taken. So I don't think that it'll be. I don't know. Maybe it will be. Maybe when we get to Mars, it'll just be like candy wrappers all over the place, and beer bottles laying on the sides of like the red dunes and stuff.
Why is this? Why do you think we're just going to send the worst people to Mars?
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
I mean, I was thinking that is that what Bill Nye thinks? He's just going to send like a bunch of jackasses, and maybe he thinks that the corporations are going to get there and start dumping sludge all over Mars, and then it's going to, maybe they need that Mars rapture.
Keep it off our planet.
Miami mercenaries onto something here.
Yeah.
Oh God. So anyway, the other thing that's nice about the Starship is that it will be able to take off from other planets without the need for the booster rocket. So Super Heavy can chill on Earth. He basically just throws them in the atmosphere and is like,
shit, man.
I'll be down here. I got you down here where all the idiots are.
Yo, I'm gonna let you know next time I'm up at Mars. All right, yo, man, yo, I'm on my way to Mars. What's up?
Why does he talk like that? He's got that chill, laid back,
That's
yo,
what
what's
Super
up?
Heavy do.
He just talks.
Shit.
He just
Shit.
Yeah, all right. We are now appropriating Super Heavy vernacular.
Yeah.
That's what we do. Well, what's this about? All right. If anybody out there has kids and you're watching this, what the hell are you doing with your life? But
Seriously,
I want to know.
what's wrong with them?
You guys are tech people, right? You guys are you like technology, gadgets, and whatever. If you have kids, do you allow them to use all their devices, phones, tablets, computers, consoles? Do you allow them to use them as much as they like, or do you have limits on how much that they can use those devices? If you had kids, would you limit them?
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to wait until it gets to the comments because I'm curious if anyone there has kids, what they say about this.
I feel like I would if I had weird spawn.
Weird spawn.
Yeah.
And why would you limit them?
Oh, why?
Yeah, we need to know why. Silicon Valley parents are limiting them
because
generally.
For me, it would be because they need to learn how to interact with the world around them outside of having a piece of electronic in front of them. Like,
right.
They need, because like you're not always going to be guaranteed to have a piece of electronics in front of you. You need to learn how to entertain, keep your brain busy, and like be able to actually interact face to face with people outside of an electronic setting. Like,
If you give me peace and quiet, let the tablets run. You meant to say raise, but yeah. Damn it, man, that's awful. There's an article a few years ago about a guy whose baby died crying in his crib because he refused to get off of World of Warcraft to see what he was crying about.
I mean, raid's a raid, man.
He's like, yeah, that's what it is. Like, ugh, really, in this raid.
Yeah.
So you can't let these things raise your children. Maybe they're smarter than us, though.
Yeah, right.
So a lot of the Silicon Valley parents are severely limiting, and some of them are doing some pretty interesting rules. Like, if you guys read through the entire article, they talk about a few different families, do some use case scenarios, and then as a whole, they did like a little bit of a survey where they asked about 100 different families, executives, and stuff in Silicon Valley, and almost all of them have some form of limitations for their kids on how much they can use all these different devices. One family had an interesting rule is when they got in the house, even the mom and dad, when they got in the house, they had a basket by the door. They plugged their phone in and put it in the basket by the door, and that's where it had to stay until they left the next day.
Nice.
And there's just that's pretty interesting. No texting, no working, just...
Yeah. I mean, part of it is, like, also, though, you have to be, like, if you're a parent that's saying, like, I'm limiting this time with my kids, you also have to put the time, effort, and energy into filling that time with something else. Like, that's the thing is, like, you read all these, but these are also all parents that are like, and then we do stuff with them. Like,
right.
A lot of people
board
are like,
games and stuff.
Yeah, a lot of people are like, oh, I just limit their technology, and then I, like, fuck off in the other room with a book or something. Like,
right.
Like, you know.
And then I go play video games and tell them to stop. That's funny. Tonight on Dateline, Silicon Valley parents raising children to be homeless in the valley. That's pretty good. Pretty good, Barnes. So that's the other side of this thing. Like, Elon Musk says we're becoming cyborgs because the phones are essentially a part of us now. We have them in our grasp so frequently, and we're doing this so frequently. Like, our brain is no longer here. It's now, like, here. And studies have shown that since the 80s, we used to know hundreds of phone numbers in our head, and now we don't even know our parents' or our girlfriend's phone number. All we know is where to get it. Our brains remember, oh, here is what I have to do to get the phone number. I have to click here, here, and here, and now I have the phone number. It no longer needs to remember all these things, so your brain releases these things to your cyborg unit in your hand. I don't believe we're cyborgs yet. I think that's one step too far.
I wish we were. That would be fucking cool.
I mean, yeah. We are
bionic arms.
We are
fucking
effective.
shoulder-mounted cannons and like mega busters.
We are effectively cyborgs, but we're not. It's so inefficient because it's not part of us. We can't just like think and have the internet happen. You know what I mean? We have to like click on all kinds of shit. And one of the funny phrases from inside here was, she said that when her kids did have their devices, she said they're not sitting there reading books. They're not sitting there, studying or doing one thing or watching a documentary. They are in a scrolling malaise. They're just like, this is their motion, and they just listen like over here, they and they just do this for hours.
Hi, homeboy.
Yes. What's up?
How's
Greetings.
It going? Hi, Germany.
It's probably Saturday in Germany as well.
Probably. If it's Saturday in England, it would probably be Saturday in Germany, too.
It's black every day in Germany.
Yeah. Every day is the most metal in Germany.
But in America, we have Black Friday.
Yeah.
So, black. And when someone's from Germany, you're just kind of like, yeah, we're cool, too. We're metal.
We know what it's like to be metal.
We're metal, too.
Germany, sir.
Kind of. Deus Ex on sale on Steam. Buy that.
Yep.
Anyway, so yeah, there's a lot of interesting conversations.
Dead Cells is on sale right now on Steam too.
We'll get to that.
Yeah, if you guys haven't picked up Dead Cells yet, you should.
All right, so we got some mixed things from the audience.
I saw a lot of like, yes, you do have to set limits. Like,
yeah, and there's a myriad of reasons for that, but a lot of times
malaise of scrolling.
There it is, the malaise of scrolling. Down here, you guys should go and check out the article. It is pretty interesting, but I don't know. We could probably go on about this for a while, but the whole
cell processing, you're good too. Don't sell yourself short there.
There's another article that goes along with it. Where's that Facebook article? There we go. That goes along with this.
Oh, okay. Why Facebook's awful.
Yeah.
So
the other thing that's interesting is it's proven that if you limit your social media, and they've done studies. This is not like some conspiracy weirdness. If you limit your social media, you're happier. You're a happier person. You have less depression. There's a smaller chance of suicide. Suicide chances go down. And this is from limiting I brought this up just so we can make fun of Mark Zuckerberg with this week. He said that
In his style.
He said Facebook was a positive force because it allows people to go online and voice their opinions and stuff. He's defending the company because of a million things, because the company sucks.
Because he likes money.
Like, guys, if he just came out and was like, guys, I like money. I don't give a shit about your privacy. And guess what? You're going to keep using Facebook, so why are we even here?
Yeah, I feel like Mark Zuckerberg could like literally show up to things and just go like, shut up, like, and just sit there and keep on saying that until the conversation is over, because like it doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah.
Like every time he's like, oh yeah, we're really sorry about that, he like walks out of the event and is like about it.
Yeah, but but that's the thing, is he always tries to be like, I'm a good guy. Look at me. I'm trying to give free internet away to India as long as they use my services, and I'm trying to like give people a platform that they can say things on, even though we're going to heavily curate it and make sure they don't see anything outside of their sphere of influence. But come on.
Also dating site. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's and it like the problem is that Facebook has a genocide problem. Yeah.
I need what? Oh yeah, they've used it in other countries for awful things
to promote genocide and hate and stuff like that. Yeah. Yeah.
People promote hate on there?
What? Yeah, you mean God. Facebook has been used more for evil than good?
Oh my God. Oh no.
You son of a bitch.
Oh my goodness. Did they promote racism even?
No.
Facebook is this. No, it's such a nice place.
You mean a rich white guy like Mark Zuckerberg? He wouldn't let that happen.
He would never.
What?
See, whenever I go on Facebook, it's just a bunch of people being really happy.
Yeah, right.
What the hell was that? I forgot we had this stuff.
Yeah, dude, I remember we have GIFs.
Do we?
Yeah, we got GIFs.
Do we? What's this one right here? Yes.
Macho.
Make it happen.
Yes.
Every time it's good. Every time it's good. All right.
Nice little Macho Man break.
Okay, we've had.
Okay, I'm done.
Yes. So, I need my guitar. I want to like play a little song like Facebook makes people lonely and depressed, but make it a happy song.
Oh, okay. Well,
we'll do that later.
Yeah.
Do that later. Here's something that's kind of fun.
Yes. David Attenborough will be attending a convention, a climate change convention in Poland in December, and he will be speaking on behalf of people about how climate change is affecting everybody, including people. Now, I gotta say this right here and there. There is nobody on the entire planet that I would rather have speaking as on behalf of all people than David fucking Attenborough. That dude has the best voice and should be speaking for all of us on everything. Like, we be aliens, David Attenborough should be the one speaking, because even the aliens will be like, tell us more about your culture, dude. Like,
culture, but first, I must tell you about this polychaete worm.
Yeah.
And then like, whoa, wow, you have polychaete worms. We do too.
Like, David Attenborough could break the news that I have cancer to me. And I would just be like,
it would be like,
tell me about the cancer, David.
I'm sorry, like, Justin, but you have lymphoma.
Yeah. Tell me about the lymphoma.
It's not an advanced stage yet.
Yeah.
And at this rate, it's accelerating slowly.
And as you can see here.
As you can see.
The southern three-toed sloth. And you're just like, yes!
I love when he says jaguar.
Jaguar.
It's Jaguar. It's every time he says it, it gets longer. It's first it's Jaguar, and then it's Jaguar. Just every single letter.
Jaguar.
Oh, behold the black Jaguar.
Yeah. I like the way he says glacier. Glacier.
Glacier?
Living in the glacier. Yeah. And zebras.
Oh, yes. We just like how dusty.
Tasty, how do you say zebra? Is it zebra or zebra?
I wish people in Kentucky used the Kentucky accent, but said words the way they say them in the UK. Like, y'all see that zebra? Well, is that a jaguar? Like, I want them to actually use.
Oh, it's because of them melting glaciers.
Them glaciers are melting. I don't believe that shit. I ain't seen it.
So zebra. Yeah.
Zebra.
Zebra. Like nice zebra.
Ooh. Ew. Ooh. Oh, my insides quivered. It made my liver quiver.
Yep.
I don't care for that one bit. Anyway, so this is on a UN panel. He's going to have the seat for the people talking about obvious shit. It's obvious fuck faces.
Like, I feel like there's gonna be so many shots of David Attenborough being like,
no, most people, most people in the UN agree, and right now America is like the only country that's running in the opposite direction. You know what I mean? Like even China's being like, we got to phase out coal. They pollute a lot, but they're trying to do something. They're running in the other direction. India's even like being like, oh yeah, we got to do some stuff. We got to phase out some of these gas powered cars and stuff. Mm-hmm. And then America's just the only kid in the room going, blah, blah, blah. Like, that's it. The only ones.
Yeah.
So, yeah. David Attenborough. It's also a little weird that people are like, he's been chosen for us. Yeah. Like people are like, hey, but it's David Attenborough.
Yeah,
so
whatever. Like, come on.
You can't be like,
tell me he can't. Yeah.
Everybody.
Hey, thanks for subscribing, Sal.
Sweet, dude. Thanks.
About time.
Yes, about damn time. Where you been?
Yeah, where you been, man?
What took you so long?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Friday, y'all. It's time to go on a mad dash and kill some people in the local big box fuck fest, right? Well, I'm going to tell you guys where Black Friday came from. Now, there is approximately 6 different reasons that we call it Black Friday, but we're going to go back and look at the original one. Right now, what Jeff was telling me was the old government is doing some nonsense where they just use this as a distraction, and they call it Black Friday because they're blacking out a lot of their servers and bringing up some newer, fancier servers every single year. So that's the day that the old ones go back black and then the new ones spin up, because today is really important. They need to collect all that data just flying in from all your purchasing habits. Well, let's go back to the beginning. So back in the 1800s, there's a couple of Wall Street bankers just as crooked as they are today, Gould and Fisk. And you may have heard of Wilson Fisk. That's a Marvel comic bad guy. Well, he's loosely based on this Fisk sociopath character. Now, here's the deal. Back then, that was a gilded age, right? We was out of the Civil War. Country's kind of wibbly-wobbly. Everything's a little bit weird. You got Ulysses S. Grant, and he is the President of the United States. Now, back then, everything's the same as it was. People on Wall Street, they wanted all the money. They wanted to take it all from the poor people, and they had lots of different ways to do it. So what this Gould and Fisk fellers were doing, they were buying up gold, kind of like De Beers does with diamonds. They were trying to make it scarce so the price would go way up, but they had a little bit of a problem. This Ulysses S. Grant president character, well, he was selling off gold on a weekly basis to help offset some of the debt, and that weren't good for them and their scheme to make all this money. Well, here's the deal, and here's where the Black Friday thing comes in. At that point in time, they were trying to build a spice route to China through the middle of the earth by digging down deep, 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 deep. See, sociopaths aren't always the smartest when it comes to science, but they are pretty smart when it comes to making a lot of money. Now, here's the deal. They realized that once you get in there and get stuck, things get a little weird. And one time they came down there and they saw 2 of their men who normally is digging ditches, they's kissing. And not on the mouth to somewhere else. Kissing in strange places. And to them, and that back in that day, that was really weird activity. But then they thought about it and they're like, you know what? Compasses kind of go funny when you get down that low in the middle of the earth. They start going like all kinds of things. They dug down several miles. It was getting kind of hot. Now, they thought, whoa, wait a minute. This is making man's internal compass go all weird, and it wasn't very acceptable to be gay back then because people's bigoted and stupid. Now, what they thought was, we need to be friends with Ulysses S. Grant, and we need to get him down in here to show him the progress we've made toward the middle of the earth, and then he'll get all wibbly-wobbly funny, and we can control a man like that. That is what we want. So they had a cousin who was friends with him, and they kept trying to get him to come down here. They underestimated Mr. Ulysses S. Grant. He figured him out. He's like, wait a minute. He heard through some of the grapevines. What the hell is that? Okay, it ain't nothing. Whew. Jeff thought they were on to me. Whew. It sounded like that same tow truck helicopter that came and picked me up. Anyway, almost got me. So, what he did instead was he played along with them. And he got down about halfway and he had it scheduled so that they were going to release all the gold. All the gold was going to be released for sale right then and there. And it crashed the gold market. Their stock went straight down. Their employees who were with them went crazy and started rioting. And Ulysses Grant walked right out of there smiling. And that's where Black Friday come from. He left them sitting down there in the blackness. Who knows where they are? Their employees sealed off the cave. And we know what happens after that.
Mole people.
Mole people.
Every damn time. Almost damn times.
I didn't know any of that stuff.
I didn't either.
So I thought Black Friday was because, well, I read that throughout the entire year, the retailers used to operate in the red. Mm-hmm. And then on Black Friday, they would go back into the black.
Yeah.
Because of all the money.
Yeah.
But that didn't make any sense.
They make me so mad every time they interrupt our broadcast, but you always learn something,
yeah,
so
do.
it's like, I'm angry but informed.
The more you know. What was the other reason for Black Friday? I don't remember. The real reasons? I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know what the real reasons are.
It's because black metal.
Yeah. And it's because it's a dark day for Americans.
And elephants.
All right. So
back to the environment, guys.
So this
our liberal agenda. We're talking about animals dying, and people are. I know there's going to be people, especially here. People are cool, but on YouTube they're all going to be like, "Get your liberal shit out of here!"
Yeah,
with your elephants getting shot.
Yeah.
So I'm an independent. Fuck Republicans. I'm an independent though, and fuck Democrats too. While I'm at it. All right.
So elephants. So it is. African elephants are evolving to not have tusks anymore. Female African elephants, now 1/3 of their population, are now evolving to not have them at all because, well, that way you don't get fucking poached by assholes. Like literally, they leave elephants that don't have tusks alone. So now elephants are evolving because poachers are terrible.
Well, I mean, they say they're evolving, but also there's the fact that a lot of the ones with tusks are getting killed, so a lot of the ones without tusks are probably the ones reproducing, and so therefore they're
cool. Yeah.
So yeah, but that's how evolution works, because the ones with the tusks are getting eaten, and the ones without are the ones that are able to procreate and continue the line. So
yeah,
but elephants are so much more badass with tusks. It's sad.
It's true.
But just from an observer, just looking over and being like, I want to see an elephant with tusks. If I pay money to go on a safari and see these things.
Not shoot them.
Just
see them.
Just do like, white people in a Jeep going, oh my goodness.
Oh. Yeah, no.
That's white people in a Jeep, if you were curious.
Yeah. Those are white people in anything. Well, look at this Departures magazine, Harold.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. I mean, now all elephants have left to defend themselves with are being fucking massive and having super strong trunks and the ability to stomp things to pieces.
If I were a scientist, or more so of one than I am now, kind of an armchair scientist in certain areas, or maybe it's a doctor, I forgot what it was. You can read that while I'm saying things.
Do you want the elephant to have a fedora on sale, or do you want to be wearing the fedora?
He wants to ride an elephant in a fedora.
Yeah.
That sounds... You want to ride an elephant?
That's like
that's a big fucking
fedora.
That's
I saw an elephant in my pajamas. For the life of me, I can't figure out how he got in them.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, what's they say? Do you know that apparently when elephants look at humans, the same reaction goes off in their brains as when a human looks at puppies? Oh.
Neat.
Oh, God.
Actually, the scientists have also discovered that dogs have different parts of their brains will activate, different pleasure centers of their brains will activate when they see a human that they are attached to.
Right.
And that's why dogs get super duper happy when they see people that they really, really like, because actually other pleasure centers of their brains will activate. So when my dog sees me, she It's like, oh,
See,
fuck
but
yeah,
cats are smaller and they couldn't fit that part of the brain in there.
Yeah.
So cats are, when they see someone they love, they're just like, are you going to pet me or am I just going to lay here? Which is it going to be? Anyway, if I were a scientist, what I would do is I would be attempting to Africanize African elephants. Just like Africanized bees. If you take a regular colony of bees and you Africanize them,
Yeah.
they become very dangerous. Africanized bees are killer bees.
Right.
So if we could Africanize these African elephants and have Africanized African elephants, then
And then there would just be swarms of Africanized African elephants?
yeah.
Oh.
And then whenever the poachers show up, they'll be aiming at one. Then all of a sudden, the whole herd of Africanized African elephants will kill them. Can I define Africanization? Yes, it's when the Africanized killer bees show up at a colony of regular bees, and they intermingle and stuff, and they end up turning that colony eventually into an Africanized colony, therefore making killer bees. You don't want to mess with those killer bees. They're killers. Hence the name
Wu-Tang Clan.
Killer Bees.
Killer bees.
That's where they got the name from.
Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to fuck with.
I guess it just people just got tired of saying Africanized bees. Killer is easier. Yeah. All right. Speaking of Africanized bees,
Now for something completely different.
let's talk about Gygax.
Yes, please let's talk about Gary Gygax. So there is a group going up on Kickstarter, which they've already met their goal by a long shot. However, it's still going on, I think, for another couple of days, if I'm not wrong. Mm-hmm. But they are doing a full-on documentary about Gary Gygax, the creator of Dungeons & Dragons, and kind of look into his life and the whole process that he went through creating the game, the whole, like, oh, this is a game for Satan worshippers kind of controversy and stuff like that. And basically everything.
Satan.
Him basically going from poverty one day to being like,
I'm not going to show any more of it.
you know, to being the making a new style of gaming the next, basically.
Yeah. I think
And being the best.
I think it's an
Miss you, Gary.
interesting and very important documentary because almost everything that you guys do is somehow influenced by Dungeons and Dragons. If you guys play a role-playing game, it's heavily influenced by Dungeons and Dragons. Most adventure story games are influenced by Dungeons and Dragons. If you look into the history of most of your favorite games, you'll find that the creators got a lot of their ideas from playing Dungeons and Dragons. Let's go on one that's that maybe some people didn't know about. So, John Carmack, John Romero, and then what's his name, American McGee. Some of the other guys, Tom Hall and Adrian Carmack, used to sit around and play Dungeons and Dragons, right? And in their campaign, they ended up going to hell. In Doom,
You go to hell.
you go to hell. A lot of that, if you read their books and stuff, a lot of that was influenced directly. And the boss that they had to fight, one of the biggest evil boss monsters in their Dungeons and Dragons campaign, run by, actually, I thought it was going to be run by like one of the other guys, but actually run by John Carmack. He's like the most analytical, and that I figured it would be run by like I don't know, Romero or somebody who's a little wilder.
Yeah.
But you know, when it was actually run by Carmack, I was the dungeon master. But in their game, the big bad was Quake. That was his name, and hence the game's Quake. So a lot of stuff came from the creativity of entering into a fantasy world as adults together and doing like a deep fantasy dive with a group.
There are also tons of books and things like that, like, you know, Game of Thrones style stuff like that, where the authors say like, oh, well, my inspiration came from playing D&D with my friends when I was sitting around a kitchen table at 13 and stuff like that. Like, it's infected everyone.
It really has.
Yeah, and it's awesome.
So the documentary will be interesting. Also, no, I'm not going to give away too much more about Gygax. The book is pretty cool on him.
Super cool.
But he was a Christian for a while there. I think he might have died a Christian, which is interesting because all the Christians were out to get him. So.
Did they manage to get Ed Greenwood in there?
I don't know how many. I'm sure they're going to have a lot of his son. His son is going to be.
I mean, they can't not mention him, but, you know.
Well, for $3,000, you can be a producer, and you get all these goodies here. All right, so yeah, it's cool. You guys should back it. Check it out. More gaming news.
Ew.
You don't want this?
No.
But you love Pokemon.
Yeah.
You play Pokemon Go.
Yeah.
You love Diablo. you play the shit out of Diablo 3.
Sure.
What is wrong with this?
Because that's Warcraft.
This is two things that you want. Oh, but it's Blizzard. All their games are the same. All their games are the same.
No.
I just said all their games are the same. People are going to be. All their games are so polished
Triggered.
that they're really fancy.
I don't know.
You don't want a Pokemon Go Warcraft.
I don't want to walk around catching fucking orcs. That sounds dumb.
No?
No, it sounds dumb. I think that sounds dumb.
There's like nothing to this article other than the fact that a lot of people at Blizzard play the hell out of Pokemon Go. They have a statue there on the campus that is a what do you call those areas of
Pokestop.
Pokestop, is that what it is? I thought it was a battle area.
It might be a gym.
Gym,
Gym.
I believe it's a gym. And they all played it so much that they all were like, you know what, let's just rip it off and do it with a Warcraft skin. Anybody want this? Anybody? They're trying to make more mobile games because that's where the money is. Pokemon Go was making $100 million a month.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe Blizzard's just trying to like slowly switch into like becoming a ceramics producing company or something. So they're just trying to like piss off as many fans as possible to get them to walk away, so that when they do the transition into ceramic mug making,
right,
it will be a much easier and they'll be able to gain new audiences. That's my theory. Ceramic mugs.
Well, that's awful and probably accurate.
Yeah.
But they know where the money is. We talked about this last week, so I'm not going to get back into it. The money is in microtransactions and mobile stuff, which that's what you're going to do if you make a Pokemon-style game. How does Pokemon have a lot of microtransactions? I don't play Pokemon Go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, they're making $100 million a month.
Basically, it's just if you want to, quality of life stuff, and if you want to play the game a little bit faster. That kind of stuff.
Does it feel artificially slowed down to induce the purchase of...
No, not entirely.
So, who was it? Barnes just mentioned that he wants to play Diablo 2 because now he's playing Diablo 3. And there's some more reports out there, buddy. Diablo 4 might be similar to Diablo 2 in style.
Yep. What started as a over-the-shoulder Dark Souls-esque thing may turn into a more homage to Diablo 2 and turn into Diablo 4. Who knows if Diablo 4 is happening? We'll see it in 10 years when they finally finished it. And then you wait another 2 years for them to do all the patches for it, and then it'll be a good game.
Blizzard ships 50% of their games, and they work for a few years on some of these games and just throw them out. Titan, they worked on before World of Warcraft. They threw that out.
Yep.
And then this game, they weren't even sure if it was going to be Diablo. But I think the other thing that's kind of a takeaway for me is both of these articles have been like, hey, the Diablo guys really like these games, and so they wanted to rip them off.
Yeah.
And instead of like innovating and coming up with new stuff, I mean, I don't see Blizzard as an extremely innovative company. Maybe World of Warcraft pushed the envelope, but they've always done things that have been done before, like,
they just do really polished versions of them.
Yeah. Like the Ultima Online shows up, Meridian 59 before that, and a few other MMOs, EverQuest and that sort of thing. Those really created the formula that Blizzard honed to mainstream perfection, we'll call it. We'll call it like mainstream polish.
And people are still playing WoW.
Yeah. And I mean, even with the turn-based strategy or real-time strategy, that was all Dune back in the day. That was a pretty good game. And they improved the quality of life in those kind of games and just, dumbed down version of EverQuest for 10-year-olds. Wow. I don't EQ made for 10-year-olds. I've not played WoW enough to say if that's true or not.
Yeah, Diablo 3 is just more like it's all about the set that you have. It's just grinding and making sets. Like Diablo 2, you could be like, oh, cool, I want to play a barbarian, but I really want to focus on like throwing in dex-based stuff, and so you can make a dex-based barbarian. But like in Diablo 3, you don't have control over the individual stats of your character, really.
Yeah, they say they're going back to Diablo 2 for style.
Yeah,
and I didn't even finish my last thing. It was like they were kind of like cloning Dark Souls because they like that a lot. So now they're going back to their roots with Diablo 2 style, but they didn't say how the skill trees and that sort of thing were going to be. Maybe it'll be kind of like Diablo 2 or whatever again. But
I would love to see good old-fashioned skill trees like that.
I feel like they have to announce something soon. They weren't able to announce Diablo 4 at BlizzCon because this is not far enough along because they had to scrap the over-the-shoulder Dark Souls-esque Diablo game. Yeah. So, yeah.
The over-the-shoulder Dark Souls holder.
Yes. What's this? Oh, nothing. Oh, we got more. Oh, what's this? The Tamagotchi.
So yeah, the first official Pokemon Tamagotchi is going to be.
I thought they already had Tamagotchi.
Well,
it's the first one that you can do.
But this is a Pokemon one.
But didn't they already have a Pokemon?
They did a Pikachu one, but this one is officially made by Tamagotchi. And it's going to be releasing in Japan. No word on if it's going to be releasing in North America yet. But look at that bullshit.
Do people in North America are they into Tamagotchi? Is that big here?
I mean, it was back in the day, back in like the 90s or whatever, when Tamagotchis came out and was like, oh, balls, look at this thing. It's, but like, I feel like a lot of people would buy the shit out of this for the nostalgia value.
Yeah.
Like real hard.
Yeah, EA is going to be making one of these pretty soon.
Yeah.
It's called the Tamagotchi Money. All right. Anything else you want to say about this one?
Nope, just that.
Just my bad jokes.
Yep.
Oh, this is fun. This is yeah. I'm just gonna play this.
Yeah. Here we go.
The dude brings 9 games into GameStop, and they offer him $5 for all 9 of the games. Doesn't say what 9 games he had though. I mean, like, what if they were?
Yeah, they could have been like all those really shitty like Over the Hedge games and all the other like DreamWorks video game stuff that were never good. But yeah, this guy just oh
god,
grabs things off the counter.
I got a feeling that he used to work at GameStop.
Boom.
You know what I mean? I like the reactions from everybody else. It's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. What I usually do
Like,
is...
what do you mean you won't take my 9 copies of Bratz for 3DS?
If you guys, we didn't play this with audio, but if you guys watch it with audio, right at the end, what was the...
Oh yeah, right at the end of it, after the guy walks out, you just hear, "Thank you for calling GameStop. This is Brian. How can I help you?" Like,
actually, we can do it with audio.
Doesn't even.
Let's do it. Hear the audio. Is it right about here?
Sure.
Listen to audio.
Efficient.
All right. So White Light is now the sword slinger.
Yep.
Wield it wisely. Yeah, just a normal Tuesday at GameStop. If any of you guys have ever worked at GameStop,
I have.
I feel for you.
Yeah.
And were you there? When you worked there, did they have that TV that played the same, like, 5-minute advertisement over and over again?
No, because the GameStop I worked at was a shitty little one in the Berkshire Mall in Massachusetts.
So Sells worked at GameStop. When you worked there, did they have the advertisement that played all day?
No.
Oh, man. Want to hear a creepy GameStop story?
No, but so where I used to work at here in Portland at Guardian Games, they have the only Yu-Gi-Oh! Dual terminal in like all of Oregon or something like that, or possibly on the West Coast, some stupid bullshit. But they have the only Yu-Gi-Oh! Dual terminal, and so like. Back in the day, they used to have it over by where the couches and stuff were, and if you worked a really late shift, you could sleep over there if you were doing like an overnight Magic event or something like that. And I had to spend the night there one night, and I remember that thing going off every 30 seconds. It would just play this like, whoa, that's not how you play that card. And it was just like every 2 seconds it would be like, but what? You played a trap card, and it was just
everything. See, this is what I'm talking about. Cell processing said, I went to war, came home, was fine. Worked at GameStop, now I have PTSD.
Yeah, exactly.
Like everybody I know that's worked there has PTSD. What does that company do to people?
It's because you have to deal with pissed off people like that all the time that are just like, what? When I bought this game 4 years ago, it was $50, and you're like, well, depreciation happens, and they're like, like,
and well, that and the other thing, these people come in and they're already mad about that, and then you're going to be in big fucking trouble if you don't sell magazine subscriptions all day long. And hey, I got a survey. You want to fill out the survey? Oh, could you please buy some magazines? We got the GameStop magazine or whatever it's Game Pro or what do they sell? What is it?
Some Game Pro or
you have to buy this thing. If you guys are not from the USA and you ever go into a GameStop, I'm sorry. It's a rough experience.
I remember not selling a M for Mature game to like a kid that was like 13 or something like that. He wanted to buy like a Grand Theft Auto or whatever. And his mom came back in later and yelled at me, fucking yelled at me, because she had to get up off her ass and come to the mall so that she could buy it for him.
Because wow.
Yeah, and so I was like explaining, like, well, but we can't. It's rated M, and like these are our policies and stuff. And she was just like, "Why can't you just fucking do it anyways?" Blah, blah. I was like,
was this back in the which GTA was this?
I don't remember.
Was this the one with hot coffee? You could be like,
Might have
"Ma'am,
been.
let me show you," and just like show her a video of hot coffee, like the you know, like the hookers and all that stuff.
Yeah,
and then see what she does.
Yeah, like but she was so mad that like, why can't you just not pay attention to the rules and fucking do this? Like, oh my god.
Oh god, I got to watch two dads get into a fight over a Wii on Black Friday. Damn. All right, let's talk about furries.
Sure.
This just can't get any better, can it?
Yeah.
Talk about furries.
So apparently there's a furry poor game called Hightail Hall. Okay, so it's not a high school. That's a little better.
Hightail High.
That sounds even like I fully believe that's probably one too.
It's probably one of those Japanese anime like TV series like called Porno High School. And it's like, oh Jesus. Anyway.
But yeah, so
porn.
this game has been hacked, and now they've exposed over 400,000 users, including leaking their IP addresses and emails and so on and so forth. This article is like
this big. It's such a cute little article. It's almost done by the time you read it. It's really great.
But the real gem here is reading the comments here, as there are people being like, well, what's wrong with being a furry? And then other people jumping in and being like, that's different from what I like. I hate you. And then it's just it's.
I'm gonna have to turn the mic down if you keep that up.
It's a riot to read all this. Like I really just read.
Oh Jesus, it's weird to me how like people think that everyone who is a furry is all of a sudden like every sexual form of deviant on the planet. Yeah. You know, if you're an anthropomorphic enthusiast, or if an enthusiast of anthropomorphic animals, all of a sudden you're like the most crazy, despicable deviant there is.
It doesn't matter if you dress up like a combination of Leather Daddy and Hitler, and like to like punch people with spike chains and shit all over them. If you like all at the same time. But if you like to dress up as a fucking hyena and like go talk to like-minded people, you are the biggest fucking deviant on this planet. Like,
All right, any furries out there want to know what your fursona is? I'm not a furry, but this is a fur-friendly arena right here, fellas. Yeah. Just don't get on me because it's scary. The cuteness. The cuteness is scary to me.
How dare you be a furry? Excuse me, I have to change my butt.
Oh god. People just have to shame everything they don't understand.
Yeah, I don't know.
You know, all white people skin their mothers. Yeah, because that one white guy in Texas did it.
That makes sense.
So now all
Total
white
sense. Yeah, we do. We all do.
All white adolescents. Yeah, all of them. The user below me is a furry. There, I fixed this. Yeah. Now what? No one can fight me. I've got bracers on of +4 to ouch or something.
Yeah.
Get your bone sword ready.
Yeah, I love the phrase giant bone sword.
Get your bone swords ready.
Giant bone sword.
We really didn't need that fanfare.
Yeah, we did.
You didn't need it.
Yeah, we did. Bone sword. So the Monster Hunter movie is coming out, and they released their first kind of screenshots of it, confirming giant bone swords. And it's supposed to be that they're trying to do a nice tribute to the original series and stuff while still showing the over-the-top action. Yet for some reason the U.S. Army is involved, so...
What? And Mia Jovovich is going to save him from the zombies.
Yeah, so is it a Resident Evil Monster Hunter crossover?
I don't know.
It should be.
Why does she still look like she's 30?
Good for her.
She's like 90.
Good job, Mia Jovovich. It's the virus from Umbrella Corp.
Oh yeah, she got a little bit of that.
Yeah, keeps her young.
Who's gonna go see? Why the what?
I don't.
What?
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, why do they do this to like these properties? I'm still reeling from He-Man the movie. Remember the live action with Dolph Lundgren and whatever?
Yes, I'm still. It was Masters of the Universe, not the He-Man
Master of
movie.
the Universe.
Thank you. But also, I felt the same way about the Super Mario Brothers movie with Bob Hoskins and John Leguizamo. Dennis Hopper, like, sure, okay, but
yeah.
I had such high expectations for that movie as a kid, and then I remember sitting in the theater being like, the fuck is happening right now?
Stella's right. The He-Man movie is one of my favorite movies. Well, Masters of the Universe is one of my favorite movies to have on the screen in the background while I'm listening to metal and doing other things and working. But just turn the audio off. I mean, well, Skeletor's performance was pretty good.
I guess.
But it's they're on Earth. It's dumb. No.
Yeah. They're
They
not
have
in Eternia.
No. It's what the hell? Why would they do this? Like, oh, it's too expensive to shoot on Eternia. Okay, well then, whatever. Yeah, but it's beautiful. It's one of those beautiful movies with the ridiculous practical effects and some.
Oh yeah.
Like it's like everything from Conan mixed with everything from Blade Runner into a one.
It was like Conan and Flash Gordon had a baby.
Yeah, and then
it was Masters of the Universe.
But it's still like they have to
change
things.
The Last Starfighter, a little bit of that too.
More movies.
Yeah, talk about movies here. So the live action trailer for The Lion King is dropped, or at least one of them, and it's a beautiful combination of looking good but also kind of creepy at the same time.
They say live action, but
yeah, I mean,
it looks like a lot of CG to me. It looks like a ton of CG. Okay, so it looks like live action.
I don't know.
Who's playing Rafiki?
I don't know, some guy.
Some guy.
Some guy.
Danny DeVito? It better be Danny DeVito.
No, it's not Danny DeVito. Danny DeVito's doing the voice of every other character in this, though, so it's gonna be good.
Yeah, this is all CG. How do they call this live action?
Yeah. I don't know. I want this movie more than anything. I just want there to be one human just in the midst of all this that every so often just cuts to them being like. And then goes back to Hakuna Matata and stuff, and then just back to the human being like.
He has to be like Trailer Park Boys. What's his name with the no, not Bubbles. Not Ricky. With the glass of the ice in there that always ching ching ching.
Oh,
ching.
the other one. Yeah.
Shit.
What's his face?
Help!
The other Trailer Park Boy. That's not
Jesse, right?
The one that's not.
Yes.
Julian.
Yeah. Jesse. Jesus.
Not Leahy.
No, not Leahy. I am the liquor. Yeah.
The shit lion's in charge now.
They just need to. They just need to cut over to Jesse every now and then, clinking his glass around, just You should go watch.
Or Steve Buscemi just sitting there
With his eyes, just
Yeah.
being weird, like he does. So how many people are gonna go see this?
I mean, I probably will.
Right?
Yeah.
I don't really watch movies. But
Childish, isn't it?
you've got me all these movies here to look at. So I guess it's the time of year when everyone gets ready to
Yeah,
go watch movies,
they're starting to promote everything.
I don't really watch the movie in theaters in years. Years?
I'm just super into how they've taken this post-apocalyptic kind of Mad Max Lego feel for this. It just always looks good.
It does look pretty good. I haven't seen the first Lego movie, so.
I mean, it's all stop motion. It's all actual figures and stuff like that. Yeah.
Oh wow. Was the first Lego movie stop motion?
Oh yeah.
No, I thought it was CG.
Nope. All stop motion.
What?
Yep.
Some of that can't be possible.
It's stop motion. It looks beautiful.
You sure it's stop motion?
Yes.
If we get a second opinion,
Almost
it
posy.
doesn't look like stop motion. It's too fancy. Maybe it's a combination of all kinds of technologies.
Sure.
So I should go watch the first Lego movie. Right now, I'm catching up on some things right now because in the past I'd only seen. Right now I'm catching up on some anime. I'd only seen the movie. Well, I started this thing right where I have some anime, and I am very particular about watching my favorite stuff in Japanese with English subtitles, right? And sometimes I have a version that only has English, like Vampire Hunter D. The version I had only had English, right? So I've been going and
Are you still watching the tank one?
tank one.
No, what's the robot girl one?
Look at those chocolates. Robot girl one?
The one that you
Ghost in the Shell?
No, the one that you like had
Armitage?
Armitage, that's the one.
Isn't
that the main character robot girl in that one?
Yeah, she's Robot Girl.
Yeah.
So what I've been doing is I've been going and finding like other versions that have the Japanese audio and ripping the Japanese audio out of it and recompiling it together with the original and the subs that I've liked the most, and then using that file as the one. So it's been taking a little bit of my evening time to like put that together, but I realized I had never actually seen the original anime of Cowboy Bebop, and I love the movie. It's like up there with, I think the movie is probably better than a lot of the recent Star Wars movies. It's like that kind of like ridiculous, over the top, fun sort of space drama.
Yeah.
And it's silly and goofy and also somewhat serious, and that makes you it gives you a few funny questions like after that. But I looked online and I did this week, and I realized that the actual anime was rated like higher than the movie.
Yeah,
like it got like 8 point something on IMDb, whereas the movie only has 7 point something. And I was like, no way.
It's a really good anime.
And I was like, well, shit, I gotta. But then I had to go get the anime.
Yeah,
not the English version, and find the right all that stuff. So
I went on a trip recently and started rewatching Outlaw Star.
Was that any good?
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. And I had just finished watching, passively watching Android Kikaider.
Is that a newer one?
No, it's a little bit older.
Yeah, I'm stuck on the 90s ones right now.
Yeah,
80s and 90s.
My favorite series is from the 90s.
Which one?
So, Bio Boosted Armor Guyver.
Oh, you like a lot of the mecha stuff.
That one's kind of mecha, but it's
Yeah.
like a person gets like a battle armor suit, but it's all like biotic technology and stuff like that. But yeah, but I just finished rewatching that because it's on VRV. Bio Booster Armor Gaiva.
So, question here from who's that? Fustry.
Thanks, Shoteen.
So, anyone else super impressed with the Castlevania season 2? That was great.
I still haven't watched it.
Oh, it was great. But
I keep on getting caught up in other things.
I wanted to go one step further. So as soon as I was finished in that, I sat down and watched Vampire Hunter D from 1985. Or no, 1980. Yeah, I think it was 85. It was really old. Vampire Hunter D, the original.
Yep.
And then Bloodlust, which was the second one. Watched those two back to back. I don't know which one I like better. It's like the difference in Terminator 1 and 2. Like the first one is more campy and ridiculous and like has brighter visuals, and then the second one's darker and more grim. So it's hard. Well, the first one, I totally forgot how much TNA there was in that movie. Like the first Vampire Hunter D, it's just like, hey, do you guys like ass? Well, we got some ass for you with some vampires. So I totally forgot about that. I watched it when I was younger.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Trigun, that's another one that...
Should do another anime show, like talk about that kind of stuff. I'll get into it, but yeah. Oh, and also this week, based upon Tasty's recommendation, I started reading Harry Potter. And everyone's muggles, and then like he lives in a cupboard, and that's about where I am right now. And there's a snake and some other things that are happening. I'm trying to because I'm at this weird spot right now where I am starting to become okay with stuff from my childhood that I missed. Like I was hard and like no for a while, like must be mature, must have blood and guts and vomit and stuff like that.
Right.
All that tough stuff. But I'm at this point where like I'm going back and watching like some older cartoons, watching Transformers a little bit. I'll throw on He-Man on one of my monitors and stuff while I'm doing work at home, and I'm able to like chill and not have to like demand this super deep philosophical stuff out of my media anymore. You know, I can just like let it be. Whereas like a few years ago, I had to demand like must have lofty themes and make me want to, you know. Make me question my own reality every 5 minutes. So
I
must have tough stuff. Goes and plays Zelda. That's pretty much it. Yeah.
Yeah. Still haven't read any more of the Harry Potter. Still feel need to.
I'm gonna get through the first one and see how I feel.
I've been reading. I just got another couple trade paperbacks of Delicious in Dungeon. Which
don't know this.
Oh man.
Okay. JoJo. There we go. Yeah. We're having like a. We're having like a Black Friday media talk right now. Just JoJo's. I need to watch that. Up on my list. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
That one's supposed to be really good.
Everyone keeps recommending Tokyo Ghoul because I like coffee. But I don't know where to watch that. It's not on Crunchyroll.
So
where do you guys watch Tokyo Ghoul?
This guy. You want to throw that up on the webcam for a sec here?
Yes.
So this is what I've been reading. It's called Delicious in Dungeon by Ryoko Kui. And it's a It's a D&D themed. Justin's reading something D&D themed. It's D&D themed.
It's still a manga. You're reading it from right to left,
Yes.
right? Yeah.
But it's about a party that one of their members gets eaten by a red dragon, and they're forced to go back down into this dungeon, but they don't have any supplies, so they have to cook and eat the monsters that they come across throughout their adventure. And so it's all like turns into like all this information about like nutritional values of like different monsters and stuff like that, and the dishes they can prepare and like how to fight them and prepare them and all this other kind of stuff. For the D&D nerd in me, it's super great.
Look at this, a culinary masterpiece
Yeah. It's beautiful.
of goblin guts.
Yeah, they meet a dwarf that's been living that way for like 10 years and stuff, and he teaches them all about cooking. So yeah, if you want something that's a little ridiculous, funny, but has some good D&D stuff to it, Delicious in Dungeon.
A Warhammer 40k movie for adults. That would be interesting.
Warhammer 40, ooh, that would be nice.
But you know that they're never going to be able to do that because the fans of that are going to be so detail-oriented with every little thing, and the internet's going to turn into like the word actually will be burned out on the internet.
Yeah.
If that happens. I feel like that's one of those things that the fans are very specific about, the lore and, you know, the different units and characters and that sort of thing. I think it'll be very difficult for them to pull that off without issue, especially because Hollywood screws up everything.
Yeah. Mike, is the Arena, you're talking about the Magic Gathering board game, right? For Arena? Or are you talking about the video game? I can't remember. Arena's the board game with the miniatures and stuff, right? See if he responds. But yeah.
Oh, Tokyo Ghoul, you can stream the censor version. That's dumb.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Got to find the...
Yeah.
If anybody has links to the real Tokyo Ghoul, I can't handle that. The censored versions, that's just weird. Like, why? It ruins the original thing. Unless it's like some awful stuff I don't want to see, like kids getting hurt or something. I don't know. In bad ways.
Oh, man.
All right. Oh, let's see what's happening in Portland. Let me get that up.
Let's get the machetes going.
Let's get the machete out. I'm taking my time.
Oh.
All right, PDX alerts. Let's do this.
I'm taking my time.
All right, this is going to be crazy today. But in order to get here, I had to go through 3 accidents because it rained.
Nice.
It rains almost every day in Portland.
And people really just aren't used to having rain happen in Portland.
It's just unbelievable. All right, let's see here. Red lights. People are running red lights. They got to get to those sales. Shots heard. Someone probably got the Furby first. Female with a small dog trying to get into the back kitchen because they are deep frying her children.
Huh. Okay.
This is serious.
Caller reports of an older male in a pickup was masturbating at people.
At people.
Yeah.
So not just like randomly in any direction. He was like,
just like approaching. You're like, oh god, he's masturbating at me. Ah!
like wrestling, like
yeah,
you, and then do it.
Yeah, like moving up closer.
Oh,
like not masturbating to you. At you.
At
it's like
you.
the difference between talking at someone and talking to someone.
He wasn't masturbating to me. He was masturbating at me.
Yeah. Like, buddy, you need to learn the difference between masturbating at and to someone, man. Come on. Do you think he pointed? Like, just sat there like...
That motion, I'm going to have nightmares. You guys didn't see what happened under the table.
And unblinking.
Do we have any machetes coming up?
Whoop, 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 whoop. Yeah.
Okay, info only call. Suspicious circumstances. Area of 1,000 blocks, Southeast Grand. Report of a male pulling chains off of parking poles, also carrying an archery bow. Okay, so we've upped it. You wore that today. Was this you earlier?
No.
Were you out there pulling chains off of parking poles?
I already have enough chains from last year when I pulled them off all the parking poles.
Well, someone's doing this.
Yeah.
Who's doing this? And he's got an archery bow. What other kind of bow is there?
Caller reports being threatened by a male with a knife. Caller is holding a kitten.
Okay, where do these... Who does...
I don't...
He's identified by his...
I don't know anymore.
I'm still... Okay. Okay, 2 males are fighting, one's armed with a skateboard. Black Friday's fun. This is great.
Yeah. Rose Quarter Transit Station for a report of a female on board a Max waving a 3 to 4 inch knife around and threatening people.
Can we call this a mini machete?
Man, so here's the thing. Here's the thing I would like to talk about. Like, speaking of someone that's been in New York and stuff like that, and
yes.
been on the subway in New York cities and stuff like that multiple times for, not just like, oh, I went on it once. Like, been on it multiple times and been on the Max multiple times. Here in Portland, when someone raises a knife, everyone just kind of sits there quietly and is like, don't make eye contact and hopefully it'll be over soon, blah, blah, blah. And someone's like controlling the Max by waving a knife, rolling around like this. Fucking, someone did that in New York. 6 people would get up and beat the shit out of them and then like sit back down and go about their business.
New York, maybe. Boston, the guy wouldn't even get the knife out before like some guy'd be like, hey, buddy, and dead.
Yeah. Yeah, like they would have already thrown them off the Max and like beaten the cold snotty shit out of them. It would have been done.
Boston has really good quality control.
Yeah.
All right. Oh my God! Come on. There's all kinds of terrible things. Anything else? Try to jump off the building.
No, that's all really terrible stuff.
No, we want the fun stuff. Somebody started a fire by siphoning fuel from one vehicle to another. Dumb. Guess he was really thirsty or something. Suspect. Yes. Mm-hmm. Suspect wearing a, where is it? Skull mask and camo pants. Another wearing a sweatshirt with large writing on the front. Where's this from?
It was an update to something else.
Oh.
Apparently.
A skull mask and camo pants. What are they trying to tell us? Their political affiliation?
Maybe.
All right, I'm going to do a search for machete before we... No machete. There were several large knives.
These new anti-machete laws are really ruining it for us.
All right. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm looking for one more fun thing, but I think we've got it. What you got there? Oh, sure. We'll end the show that way.
Yeah. All right. So, anyways,
I hear you're at it again.
Yep.
Wah! He-Man! You boob! You blundering boob!
Any insults you want Skeletor to say before we are done? Anything? Come on.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for it. Anybody? You got about 7 more seconds. I know there's a delay. Everything's over. You guys can leave.
Does anyone have an insult they wish me to fling at them?
People, if you guys don't do this, I'm going to judge your lack of creativity before the meeting's over. Call him Bone Daddy.
You there, Bone Daddy!
Barnes, yes.
How dare you, Bone Daddy?
Okay, give us some swear words. We're allowed to swear. This isn't fucking YouTube.
Yeah.
We can be humans here and like actually do whatever the fuck.
Your mama is a snowblower.
Eat my bones to dust. Whoa.
Eat my bones to dust.
Skeletor reviews Fallout 76. There's an idea. All right, I'm going to come to your house and rearrange all your books and movies in reverse alphabetical order. Hey, buddy. Hey.
Whoa.
That is a pretty good one, though.
Yeah.
I'm going to come to your house and rearrange all your books and movies in reverse alphabetical order. Fuck you, Dad, you virgin.
I get it, because calling your dad a virgin, I get it. That's pretty good, yep. Mm-hmm.
Insolent one.
What?
What?
Crunch my tiny penis to smithereens, yes.
Crunch my tiny penis to smithereens.
Oh, God. This is all we're doing next week, by the way, guys. So get your insults ready. This is the entire week next week.
Bite me, motherfucker.
That mask helps to make the sound.
Yeah. I became Skeletor because I hate my father.
This is getting deep. Okay. Oh. Chomp, chomp. I'm Willy freaking Wonka. Oh, that's a good one.
Take a good look in the mirror, take a step back, and fuck your own face, you boob.
It kind of needed that. All right, I think we're done. Yes. I'm gonna hit the stop button, but you send us out on one more. What do you got there?
Let's see.
Chomp chomp.
Chomp, chomp! I'm like Willy fucking Wonka.